When I was like 17 years old, I went to a restaurant with a girl that I met in a disco. It was really good. Like we had a good talk. We had like a kind of a connection. But then when the guy that gets the orders arrived to our table said, okay, what do you want to drink? And then she said, what type of wines do you have? And then I said, oh, okay, let's get some wine. And then the guy gave us the menu. And I asked it for something normal, and she searched for the most expensive thing in the menu and then asked for it. And I was like, oh, I guess she's going to pay for it. And then when the guy gave us the bill, she made me pay it. And then she asked if we wanted to go to the cinema after that. In that moment, I said, hell no, in my mind. So I said like, what should I do now? I don't have money to invite her to the cinema. I just spent like, it was like $300 just in wine and our food. So I said, okay, I will call my best friend and I will make him call me saying that he broke a hand. So 2 minutes after that, he called me and he said, oh bro, I broke my hand, I need help. So in that moment I said, I'm so sorry, I wanted to go to the cinema, but I have to go and help my friend.
Why you always lying?
She said, okay, can you take me to my house? And I said, I don't have a car, what should I do? So I had to ask for an Uber for her. And then I didn't have money to go back to my house. So I had to stay in the mall until one of my friends picked me up.
So when I was in 8th grade, I was finally allowed to go on my first date. My mom, being very worrisome and the protective parent of her little girl, decided that she was going to show up as well. But I was under the impression that she would be in a different theater in the movies, while me and the guy would be in another theater. So we get to the theater, I'm sitting down with this guy in the back, and my mom shows up, sit down 2 rows in front of us. So avoiding telling this guy that my mom is 2 rows in front of us, kind of like trying to play it off, like laughing, just watching the movie, pretending she's not there, as she's making a very obvious effort to turn around and make sure that I know she's there.
Stop it.
So movie ends, I rush out of the theater with him before my mom gets out to try to avoid contact, and I give him a little goodnight kiss, only to turn around and see my mom standing at the door, facing me, making direct eye contact. So that was my first date. A little embarrassing. Mom saw that kiss and yeah, not what I wanted.
About 9 years ago, I went on one of those dates where you and the other person are kind of the ones that are supposed to be like dating, but there's a bunch of other people kind of involved. And we went to some club. It was a great day. We had a great time until we went to leave. And we were driving away and some guys started chasing us in their car and throwing stuff at the car and yelling at it and pointing at me in particular and shouting at me as if I had done something to them. And we end up getting stuck at a stoplight, and these guys get out of their car and they come to my side of the car we were in. And I think, I'm strapped, I'm buckled in, I think the door is locked and everything. Then they just opened the door because it was unlocked. And I just kind of do oh. I was just helpless, and I get to see the guy's fist come at my face, and he socks me right in about right there, kind of nose, cheek, teeth, the whole thing. So I check my teeth, make sure nothing's wiggling around. So started off great, ended up pretty terrible.
What happened when you got home?
When I got home, it turns out my apartment had been trashed by my roommate.
I was a server at Texas Roadhouse, and I was trying to figure out a special way to ask her to prom. So what I decided to do was go to my work earlier that day, got her 2 brownies, and we put prom. I was gonna have initially the server yell it for me, but I instead decided to. And so what I said was,
Attention, Texas Roadhouse! I have a very special question for a very special lady. Kendra Standifer, will you go to prom with me?
or I said, Kendra Standifer, will you go to prom with me? But her name is Kenya, so I just said the complete wrong name. And then she at first gave me the look of, are you kidding me? And then she was embarrassed for me. She started laughing a lot. It's been a story for years now. We've been dating for almost 3 years now, and it's just been a story that she always has to tell people for some reason.
I was on the far western edge of Kansas at a gas station to get gas and some snacks. and this guy was following me around a little bit and trying to make small talk. And he finally asked if we could exchange phone numbers because he thought that we would get along well. And I tried to use the I'm not from here, I'm passing through, yada yada. He was a truck driver, so great. But I told him I didn't have my phone with me. And so, you know, sorry. And he says, isn't that in your left hand? And I was like, you smart. Did you just not want to give it to me? And I said, no. And then he proceeded to continue to follow me around. Luckily, the cash register lady saw and was like, I can help you over here, ma'am. And then she said how much she liked my necklace and small talk, and basically just to make him go away.